So I've had my first 2 weeks at Asade. The first week was really light, get to know you activities, teamwork, butterflies and unicorns, and all that stuff. The second week was a little bit more intense, getting us in the classroom and used to the new routine and all that stuff. And then as time goes on, we'll get more and more aggressive with our coursework until we are like full blown in it. But that first week that we were here at Asade, I mean, to be honest with you, it was really emotionally exhausting. It's really hard to meet 170 new people who are foreigners. You're trying to get to know them and pronounce their name correctly while also giving them a fairly decent idea of who you are and give a good first impression. And so that was really emotionally exhausting. I mean, I was practically a zombie by the end of the week. And I thought, dear God, I have given these people the impression that I have the personality of toast, maybe even burnt toast. It was really bad. I've obviously gotten my energy back now. But I just think it's really interesting how people perceive you when you're new person in a new environment. I mean, you're basically starting from scratch. A couple of people actually talked to my roommate Juliana about me. So then I got to hear what people's perceptions of me were, which was really interesting. And it was a perception that I never would have guessed. That conversation went something like this. Oh, Rachel, people feel like when they talk to you, it's like they're in an American movie. What? You know, like there's an American girl and she goes to work. I actually have zero idea what you were talking about. And Juliana really couldn't like articulate any better what she was trying to say. But then the next day, I was Skyping with my cousin Allison, and Juliana walked by, and I made a facial expression, and she stopped, and she was like, that is American. Do you want to see the facial expression that I was giving in that moment? Oh my God. Oh my God. Seriously, if that's what people see and they think of the United States, we have so many more image issues than I ever would have thought. But it was funny. It was hilarious. I'm sure my classmates will get used to my overdramatic facial expressions eventually. I mean, they have no other choice. They're certainly not going away. On a different topic, let's talk about men. I don't know where to start with this. Unfortunately, I found out that a lot of Asade students actually read my blog, which was really awesome, like super, super flattering. I loved whenever somebody told me that they had read my blog. But it also means that I have to be careful about what I say, which wasn't something that I had anticipated or thought about. So I guess I'll have to tell this story without any names, but I think you'll get the general idea. So the second year students gave a presentation and told us like generally what to expect, and they were super energetic and helpful and funny. And one of the funny things that they did is that they made the Latin American men raise their hands and identify themselves. And then they were like, girls, watch out for these guys because they got game. And everybody laughed. It was just really funny. It was perfect for the moment. And it was also funny because after that, and maybe even before that, there was just a lot of conversation about like the Latin American, charm and suave and all of that stuff. And I think because it was stated so explicitly, a lot of the guys were like, oh my God, they know, and let's do damage control and like, I don't know, just weird shit. And an example of that is that I was on the train with two Latin American men, and they brought it up, and they were like, no, like that's not us. Like we don't do that. And I was just like, boy, please. I know you could straight spit game if you wanted to. Don't even. And I really hope like all these Latin American guys that are like, no, I don't have the stereotypical charm. I kind of hope they're lying, because I would be royally disappointed if like I never got to see that or experience that. I mean, like, it's not something I ever thought about before, but now that it's been talked about so much, like, now I'm super curious. Like, how is that different than anything that I've experienced? What makes it so unique and so funny? Like, I just have no experience with that. And not that I need to, like, be the recipient of such things, but I, like, want to see what goes down and, like, the stories that other women have and just kind of, like, play on the sidelines with my own curiosity and interest. So that's going to be interesting, and I'm sure I'll have more stories about that going forward. On a different topic, I went to Ibiza and got stung like by a gazillion jellyfish, but that was 2 weeks ago, right? So who cares? Well, randomly this week, every place where I got stung became red and swollen and inflamed, and it was so painful and itching. I was like twitching to itch myself. It was awful. It was absolutely awful. And I have a really high pain tolerance. And I was like, if I have a high pain tolerance and I'm experiencing this much pain, something is wrong. Like, I'm having a delayed allergic reaction. I might need to go to the doctor. Like, I don't know what to do. And thankfully, my two new friends, Kristen and Danielle, came to the rescue. Kristen is from Australia, and she suggested using white vinegar to get the poison out or something. And Daniel does a lot of surfing and scuba diving, and he happened to bring anti-itch cream with antiseptic, because you just throw that in your carry-on all the time. Well, between those two things, I am doing so much better. I'm almost human again, so I owe them. Like, they saved my life, I swear. So that's what the last 2 weeks have been. We are nearing into the third week of school. Hopefully this week I will continue to be able to teach people that I don't have the personality of toast. Maybe if I'm really lucky, they will upgrade me to a waffle or even a pancake. So, ciao for now.